Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working all day, and now it's after work. I'm Joe. This is the After Work Show, your weekly Nintendo news show where I come, sit down in my chair, talk about stuff, have conversations with you. We nerd out, we geek out, and then I play video games afterwards. Nintendo Spotlight, where we check out what's new in the eShop. We play them for about 30-45 minutes per game, and we have a good time. Sometimes we talk about the developer, sometimes we talk about the story, sometimes we just play. This is how it goes here on Friday nights. It is July 7th, 2017, guys. Summer is in full effect. I know some of you guys feeling the heat. I just keep it away from New York, please. Just keep the heat away from New York. It is hot enough. I don't need any more of it. Just keep it over there. Oh man, your stream for whatever reason won't let me view it through my PC. Can you can hear me, but you won't be able to, but you're not able to see me, Venom? It could be it could be Twitch. Twitch has been bugging out lately. I see my Twitch inspector running crisp right now. Try refreshing or try turning off flash in the settings. That might work. Oh, this is super handy to have the chat right above me. I'm testing something out again. Testing out bringing the chat for the After Work show up on here. No, on my phone. Oh, yeah. Good luck. I've been trying all week to get Twitch to work on my phone, and the only time it works is if I'm on Wi-Fi in my house. Anywhere else, it is like... RIP. That's been the entire week. I think it's a Twitch app, dude. That or the cellular reception with the phones and whatnot. Yeah, it's just I've been suffering the same issues. You are not alone on that. But guys, let's get started. Let's jump right into the pipeline. We got some good stuff that just came out today. For those of you who don't know, it is Japan Expo over in Paris, and Nintendo UK, I guess, sent out some footage, or I guess someone might have leaked it. It's very fuzzy because I'm just finding out about this about 5-10 minutes ago. I jumped on to the Twitters, and there's this image right here of Link that you guys are seeing right now with the lobster suit. Total Wind Waker reference. This is Wind Waker's Link's shirt. This seems to be part of the Ballad of Champions DLC, so we may be getting this in the future. And speaking of the Champions Ballad DLC, there's also like a 17-second clip that I want to find here, show it to you guys, because oh, that's the wrong mouse. Come on. Refresh that again. There we go. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. Laptop, why you act up like that? Or Avermedia, why you act up like that? Alright, so that was the Twitter. That was just a random person posting that picture, but it was shown somewhere. I just jumped on and tried to find anything about it. Oh, here we go. So let's go Eurogamer. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's Medius DLC pack due out this holiday has just been teased by Nintendo, which is weird because Nintendo very rarely does Nintendo tease things. So let's check this out. This there's a video. There's definitely a video of this 17-second clip that they showed at the expo. Here we go, and this is how you can tell Nintendo really did start this after they finished up production of the game, which they ran pretty close to launch time. I think it didn't go gold until like February or something like that. But anyway, yeah, they've got like the timer up on top. Oh, come on.
Wrong car.
Come on,
so
ads. I just want to watch this.
Someone else's.
I just want to watch this. No. We'll wait for the ads. But yes, this is going to be awesome. All right, Venom, no worries. Love you, man. Here we go. There's no audio to it. It's just a clip of what's going on. Zelda riding somewhere. Maybe it's a Gerudo then. Going through the land of Hyrule, ending up at Gerudo.
I'm Peyton
that's
Lampton,
it?
here with
Oh,
Wayfair
come
today
on.
to share some of my favorite tips on how to pick
No,
the right
I don't
size
care
rug.
about your tips.
I always say it's better to
Wayfair.
go bigger than too small.
Oh, gosh. Let's just close out of that. But yes, that is very interesting at the fact that Nintendo's even showing anything at all at Japan Expo out in Paris. We just got the DLC Pack 1 last Friday. Everyone's been having a blast with it. People have already been passing it, which is crazy. Someone passed it on the first night. Abdallah Smash, first one, big Nintendo YouTuber, first one in the world to pass it, which is crazy. He spent like 4 or 5 hours streaming just to beat it, which is nuts. I have not gone to it yet. I'm waiting until I can make time to get through all the shrines, which I might have some time this weekend since I'm working. So, might have to bring that Switch with me. So, whew, yeah. But it's really interesting. It's nothing looks finished at all. They got that timer up on there, and there was another clip that I saw that it was like jittering a lot. That one looked a lot smoother. But they didn't even have audio on it, so this is really crazy. I'm excited to see that. Pack 2 is what I'm more excited for than Pack 1. Yes, it's got the Master Trials and the hard mode and all that stuff, and that's gonna be fun. But I want story and holiday this year, baby. It's happening, and still no release date. We'll probably get a direct before the thing comes out. Before they'll probably give a release date whenever we get a direct for this thing, so we probably won't see it for quite some time. But up next, we're gonna get into the actual pipeline that I had listed up for today, and the first thing I want to start off with was yesterday there was a Splatoon 2 direct, talking a lot more into detail about the game. Whoa, what was that? We got some. Did I go offline? Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't go offline, because now it's saying I'm offline. Hopefully we didn't. But for sake of continuing things, Splatoon 2 Direct went through a lot of details. It was like a 26-minute video. I skimmed here and there because I'm like, hey, I will wait until the game actually comes out, and I'll mess with it then. I think I'm sold on Splatoon 2. I will hold off. There's really not much more to me talk about other than, hey, they showed some weapons that are going to be DLC. They haven't clarified whether or not they're going to price it out, if it's going to be free DLC or they're going to like price it separately. When Splatoon 1 came out on the Wii U, everything that was released in updates for Splatoon was free. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo charges for the DLC this time around. I think they're starting to understand the DLC market a little bit more, so I wouldn't be surprised. Don't hold your breath if they do end up charging for some of this DLC. But the fact that they didn't mention prices could mean that they might be free in future updates. So some of those weapons, we got the Splatbrella, which this was pretty cool. It's actually both a shield and a weapon, so you can shoot around, and then it's got a special move that you can use once, where you go underwater and have it charge, and it's like a special attack too. So it's both offense and defense, which is pretty dope. You have the bubble blower, which it blows bubbles, and then you can shoot at it, and the whole thing explodes on the map. So you make these big bubbles, and then boom. You can cover a lot of ground on the map. I feel like this would be good in, like, you know, getting rid of your enemies, but also trying to cover up a lot of the ground that you have lost. And then they announced 2 stages, right? Yeah, they announced 2 stages. Again, the names of the areas escape me, but they did place them here. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually added like stages from the original Splatoon as well, which they've gone to announce that they will provide content for the next year, and Splatfests will be going for the next 2 years. So Nintendo's looking to really dish out, you know, everything that they've got with this game. They're on board with fully supporting this game, which is great. They did a really awesome job with the original Splatoon, with the Splatfest, trying to keep the community going, picking teams. Basically, to explain the Splatfest and what it is it's a weekend event normally, and there's 2 teams. People side on which team they want. For instance, this upcoming Splatfest for Splatoon 2, which we'll get into the date in a second, is ice cream versus cake. So people can choose once they get the game if they choose Team Ice Cream or Team Cake, and then those teams will battle it out throughout the weekend, and you get points, you get a shirt usually with the icon of what it is for that weekend specifically, which I think is pretty cool that they do. I know one time it was like Transformers versus Decepticons, I think it was, and then someone got a Transformers shirt and another one got a Decepticon shirt, something like that. So they've been doing some weird and funny stuff with the Splatfests. And speaking of Splatfests, in this direct, they announced the first Splatfest being ice cream versus cake, and it's coming out before the game. July 15th is when that comes out, and I think that's next... July 14th or 15th is when... Oh, there you go. On Saturday, July 15th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. Players will pick either cake or ice cream is better, then fight and die to prove their point. The conflict is likely to be ringing in your ears in time the game releases a week later, July 21st. So we're able to play this game for a few hours a week before the game is released, which I think is really cool. I think this is Nintendo's way of trying to stress test. Do one more stress test. We had the global test fire. We had the global test fire a couple months back. That was awesome. That worked out really well. And now I think Nintendo's just going to go all in. Let's get as many people on their Switches to just overload the servers, get everybody into this event, and let's see how it goes right before the game's out. So I think this will give us a good idea whether the game will work very well online or not, which I gotta say, most of the Nintendo games, I've had some hiccups with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I can't remember or not if I've had any issues on the Switch as of yet with any of the games, but specifically Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, I have had issues in the past. But most of their games that end up being online, which are few and far in between, usually work really well, which is good to say. So that's it for Splatoon. That's it for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm going to jump back into the chat, guys, because this is blowing up right now. I see you guys. I miss everyone's faces. What is going on right now? What do you guys think? We talked about Breath of the Wild, the Champions Ballad DLC, the 17-second teaser clip with no sound, the picture of the lobster shirt link from Wind Waker, which I thought was a pretty cool throwback. Which Breath of the Wild seems like to be the giant love letter that we've always wanted from Nintendo in a Zelda game that we never knew we wanted. Or maybe some of us knew we wanted. And is anybody planning on picking up a Switch if they can find one? And Splatoon 2. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Alright, so here we go. Kill me before... K-Bob! What's going on? Deadeye shots. Okay, Cunning. Venom's back finally on Venom. Vigorous Venom is back on PC with Zomber. Deadeye_shots. Okay, Cunning. And special appearance by Sir Chuck 88. Welcome. Everyone, so Sir Chuck 88 some love. Welcome to the stream, dude. This is the Afterwork Show. It's my weekly Nintendo news show. We do this every Friday here on Twitch. Venom that Crocs meme. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Everyone throw in them emotes. By the way, I want to thank everybody that is subbed over the last week and a half. You guys are freaking amazing. I love you guys. You absolutely do not need to support this idiot right here in front of a camera talking about Nintendo games all the time. But I love you guys, and thank you. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Oh, sorry. I need my ginger ale. Kill me before this heat does. No, Deadeye, don't die. Man, keep the heat over there. I was saying earlier when we got started, keep the heat over there. I don't want it. I don't want it. We're good on the East Coast. It's hot enough. I don't need any more. Weren't they planning on making Splatoon 2 an esport? I think they're trying to really go that way with it. I mean, they threw a tournament in during E3 along with ARMS, along with what's the other game? They did Splatoon 2, they did ARMS. Did they do Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? No. There was one more. Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament was the other one. Sorry. Pokken Tournament DX, because those are the 3 games that are coming out this year on the Switch. Duh, Joe. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're really trying to support the movement of esports. It took a long... and I gotta say, it took a very, very long time for Nintendo to show any kind of support for esports in general. Specifically starting with Smash Melee. A lot of people in the fighting game community, even to this day, don't consider Smash a fighting game. And it is super competitive. There is a lot of, there's a lot of maneuvers. It's a simple game. It has simple mechanics, but the maneuvers and the styles of fighting between characters it requires a lot of work to understand those games. And the fact that only just a couple years ago, Melee finally made it in a voting poll into Evo. I'm talking like maybe 3-4 years ago at the earliest. Made it in through a voting poll, and then it got put on the stream, and everyone was going nuts because they were like, "Oh crap! Whoa, Smash is awesome!" And finally, we're here today, like seeing more of these games coming out. So hopefully, with Smash will forever be a mainstay from here on forward, but some of these other games might start getting their own tournaments, which is really, really awesome. Nintendo New York, in general, has been throwing weekend tournaments of ARMS, so I can only imagine that they'll do the same thing for Splatoon 2 when that comes out. They were doing events with Mario Kart 8 when that was out. I'm sure they'll do it even more with Pokken Tournament DX, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Weren't they? Oh, I just read that one. Getting them Kriegasms, everyone showing love to each other. Cunning up them emotes. No, don't look at us. The homie Joe, I'm gonna stream whenever JoJo is done. Oh, JoJo's gonna be on all night, guys. So if you need to leave and stream, bro, it is all good. Believe me, you know how I do. We stream usually 8 p.m. to midnight on Fridays, and then 6 p.m. to midnight on Saturdays, which Saturday I might be home a little bit late because I gotta work all day tomorrow, so it might be a very late stream and super short stream. Joe, that emote of yours holding the Switch, I'm not even kidding. At first glance, it looks like you're screaming into a megaphone. Oh my god. You know what? Yeah, I could see that. Joe doesn't know what I look like. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do, Zomber. Maybe I do. Sir Chuck chooses Team Cake. Oh, man, I'm Team Ice Cream. We're going to be battling each other. Sir Chuck, I'm onto you. We're going to battle. True story. I was there. Probably going to get... I'm probably going to get Splatoon 2. Most likely not. Sir Chuck, you confuse me. Are you getting it or are you not? Zomber, you have chosen incorrectly. Damn. I love you too, Cunning. These two should not be used side by side. Oh no, Deadeye. It looks like you're screaming into a megaphone. The Switch sub emote. No. Probably might get some Splatoon 2 until the new Super Mario game comes out. Can't wait for the Nintendo event to come to East Coast, dude. Oh my gosh. Summer of Play, right? They're going to be in Brooklyn late August, like the 18th, I think. So I'm going to try to take the day off for that Friday because I know those metal water cans that are like limited supply are gonna go that first day. So I think I'm gonna try to take the day off of work for that. Oh man, but I'm excited for that. Oh, my 2DS XL comes in this month. Yes. Bro, then midnight is when I'll start, son. Yo, Cunning, you bugging. Oh my god, I love you. Okay, Cunning is on Team Ice Cream as well. Hell to the yes, Cunning. That's what I'm talking about. I really couldn't decide on the two teams. Oh, man. Yeah, I love ice cream. I can live without cake, despite cheesecake being my favorite cake. My only favorite cake other than ice cream cake, which really isn't it really isn't cake. It's ice cream shaped out like a cake. So ice cream just wins for my soul. Cookies and cream forever. I'm just saying, cookies and cream forever. That is life. I'll start after Cunning is finished. Yo, you bugging. Joe Zomber, one of his mods made a pretty funny Photoshop. Oh my god. Throw it into Discord. Or is it completely inappropriate? Is that what it is? Driving, and I prefer vanilla. That's what I'm talking about, L1. Hell yeah. I might help with the other team win just to screw my team over. No, don't do it, Chuck. Don't do it. Sir, please. Chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream for the win. Ooh, K-Bob. K-Bob. Oh my god, we're just gonna list flavors for the rest of the show, guys. Oh man. Ooh. All right. Damn, underrated flavor. Vanilla? Really? No, vanilla is bomb. I'm not a chocolate person. I'm sorry, guys, but I like my cookies and cream. That's about it. Oreos is where I dabble, and that is a line for me. Now, if they made a cookies and cream colored Joy-Con set, it's a wrap. I'm getting it. That's just happening. That's just a thing. Yeah, yep. Oh, man, that just made me hungry. And I just had dinner like an hour and a half ago. All right. Let's move. I got rid of the wrong thing. Good job, Joe. I didn't want to get rid of Twitch. I wanted to get rid of this link that is now frozen on my screen. Let's go Twitch. I wanted to get rid of. It's muting. Mute it. All I'm trying to do is get back to my dashboard, please. Thank you, sir. All right, now let's move on. Can we, please? There we go. Boom. All right, so that was it for Zelda. That was it for Splatoon. Let's move on. Let's talk about some devs and Nintendo Switch. This is pulled up from Nintendo Life, and this is not the article that I had in mind to talk about. This is later. Let's move that like right over there or something. Oh man, do I not have it? All right, so there was another article from Nintendo Life that I was reading, and it was about THQ Nordic and how they wish the Switch was more powerful. I'll find a link. I'll leave them all in the description in the breakout videos afterwards. But whatchamacallit? Freaking THQ Nordic, who used to be, oh gosh. Now I can't even remember because now they're THQ Nordic. But anyway, they're making Battle Chasers, Night War, I think is the name of their Switch game. It's based on a comic book, and they want to bring over some of their other titles, specifically Darksiders 3, which is coming out to PS4 and Xbox One. But the way that game looks, it doesn't look like it's coming out on the Switch, and they sort of kind of confirmed that they're having trouble bringing over games to the Switch because the Switch just isn't powerful enough, and they're gonna try to find other ways to support Switch. It's just very difficult for them in particular, and this actually goes to somewhat to a link that Vigorous Venom brought me to. Well, no, not THQ, but the company that changed THQ to THQ Nordic, which I don't know why they would do that, but they did it anyway. But this goes back to a conversation that Vigorous Venom brought up last week. There was a video from The No, they're part of Rooster Teeth, and they were bringing up a lot of things about the Switch and how developers weren't really for it and blah blah blah. But a lot of the stuff that they had mentioned were titles that we know we're not coming to the Switch. Like, I don't understand why they even made that video without relevant information, because all the games that they listed off of there were basically games that were not coming out, and a rumor that Ubisoft was having trouble with Steep. So it was a really weird video, but this whole THQ Nordic thing does bring to light an issue that the Switch, yeah, it isn't powerful enough. Yeah, we're not going to get the games that everyone else is having, and yeah, that's totally fine. That's nothing new with Nintendo. I mean, we saw it with the Wii, we saw it with the GameCube, we saw it with N64, we saw it with the Wii U, that a lot of these games aren't coming over to the other consoles. Especially, I mean, GameCube, we got a lot of shovelware and some unique things here and there, and no one really supported Wii U. Unfortunately, you know, it sucks, but that is the truth. No one really supported the Wii U. However, Ubisoft has been there the entire time supporting, which, I mean, yeah, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I guess, you know, it's an interesting thing to say, and I'll jump into chat in a minute here, but I wonder if this is the reason why Capcom's been silent on, you know, what types of games they're bringing over to the Switch, because right now the only thing we have seen from them for the Switch has been Ultra Street Fighter 2, a 20-30-year-old game at this point, an almost 30-year-old game, and just revamped. So that is the only game from that company. I mean, there were talks of Resident Evil prior to even knowing the name Switch. It was when it was NX, and they were like, if it works, then we'll put it on there. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. But it seems like a lot of developers are just kind of taking the pass, or, you know, bigger ones. Not all developers. We're seeing a lot more indie love, especially in tonight's episodes of Nintendo Spotlight. We'll see some indie developer love for sure, which we'll probably see throughout the entire summer as well. But yeah, it makes me think. THQ Nordic, Capcom, EA is showing some games, but they're also like limiting certain features in some of their games that are coming to Switch. And that, I mean, it'd be cool if we got something like a Mass Effect on there. It'd be cool if we got a Resident Evil 7 on there, Revelations, whatever it be. But at the end of the day, hey, that just means that leaves Nintendo Switch to have more room for some of these other games that might actually be really good, and maybe, hey, people might not know about them, but they find it on Switch and it's like, hey, I've been playing this awesome game and I played it on my Switch, and that might get the buzz out onto some of these to shine light on some of these other games. So it's not a bad thing, not a terrible thing. But hey, maybe even developers might start thinking of coming up with some other ideas that would be specifically for Nintendo Switch, possibly like what Square Enix is doing. Well, that one's the game that they announced isn't just for Switch, I believe, but we have that. We have another game that's also there. We also have Inti Creates porting some 3DS games over to the Switch as well, so not all hope is lost. And why does my laptop keep freezing? So I want to talk to you guys in the chat, see what's going on here. I think I left off here. Did you lift the Yabuggin from Space Jam? No. I don't know why. There's certain things that I only say on here that I don't say anywhere else. It just happens. It just rolls off my tongue. Like, I never used to say bro until, or bruh, until Twitch. It's just not a thing I say. I was anti-bruh. And then I say it all the time on here. I usually say dude. That's like my go-to word. Oh man, Mario themed Joy-Cons. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Have you seen, Sir Chuck, have you seen some of those like fan made Joy-Cons? They've been nuts. Like, even though they're photoshopped, I wish they would be out. DM it to you, Zombra doesn't want it getting posted. Oh gosh, I am scared. I mean, it pushes 900p max. It could stand to be able to push the standard 1080. So it does push 1080 60 docked, and then it does 720p 720p 30 frames handheld, which every game that has come out on Switch, I gotta say, can't tell the difference between and something. Actually, when it comes to Breath of the Wild, it does look beautiful on the handheld in comparison to playing it on TV, but that's just my opinion. But everything else looks very, very good. I mean, it's a small screen. When you think about it, you can only really tell the difference between 720 and 1080p if it's like a 32 or like a 40 or 42 inch screen TV and up, according to like your eyes. So depending on how far away from the TV you are too, so there's that as well. Granted, TVs are becoming cheaper, but not everyone's gonna have a TV that large. Excuse me. Oh, Venom, you probably answered it later, but yeah, I'll look it up. THQ Nordic and former name. Oh god, it's gonna bother me too. Oh, it was just Nordic Games. Okay. Wah, wah, wah. Whoa, Nordic Games. I should have realized that, Joe. I want Darksiders 3. It's coming. It's coming. Just not on Switch. I want to see Dark Souls on the Switch. Oh, gosh. Keep Dark Souls away. Just keep it away. Burn it with fire. Oh, you actually went over that way? What? Switch is built off exclusives. I really wouldn't worry that much. Yeah. No, it's an interesting conversation to have, though. It is a good point to bring up as well that, hey, yes, they might not get some of the games that are on other consoles, but hey, that just means that Switch has a library that might just be that much more unique to compare to the other two consoles. Same way the Wii U was, same way the Wii was. To an extent, there were some ports that were brought over, and granted, the Wii U also had like Mass Effect 3. It had some console ports coming over, but they were like months and months apart, sometimes even a year apart, which that's another thing that irks me. Or at least make a new Rayman game for the Switch. Man, apparently we're getting a lot of rabbits. Oh man, now that would be cool. Capcom better be making the DMC I've been waiting for 10 years for. Oh gosh. Oh man, I don't know. After the reception of that other one, they might just be better off doing the re-releases, doing what they've been doing. Actually, Capcom's just been re-releasing everything. And granted, they did say a majority of their PS4, Xbox One life cycle would be recycling games to kind of make money, because they got slammed hard during the PS3, Xbox 360 era. Granted, the revival of Street Fighter 4, showing up on that console, but they had a lot of misses, a lot more misses than hits, and a lot of, controversy with like the DLC on the disc and whatnot. They had a bad run, but they've turned things around over the past few years, and especially in this generation. So, granted, the whole thing with Street Fighter 5, unfortunately, it's odd, Street Fighter 4 that like revitalized the fighting game community, and then Street Fighter 5, which a lot of people got upset about how empty of a shell it was when it first came out. It's a much different game now. Oh man. But yeah, maybe they'll do re-releases, and then depending on how well they sell, maybe then they'll make a new Devil May Cry. That would be cool, though. Granted, who is it? Kamiya? Is he the guy at Platinum. That's it's doing Bayonetta, which we'll get in. That's another thing while we're talking about devs. Bayonetta and oh gosh, what's Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 was sort of teased on Platinum Games' new Twitter. So I think that's what I have next, and it's a Japanese only Twitter account too, so that's another thing. But thank you for translations. Should be this one. Bam. Yep, here we go. Which, this photo was kind of just popped out of nowhere, and it's like, hey, yeah. Why is Bayonetta in blue and Bayonetta in red on the other one? Blue and red, that's the colors of the Joy-Cons. So, a lot of people are thinking Platinum Games might be bringing over some Wii U ports to the Switch. And that would be awesome, because that just means I can play Bayonetta for you guys on the Switch at some point, because we will play both of those games. I have both of them on my Wii U. I will totally buy them again and replay them on the Switch, and we'll do full playthroughs of both those games if that is the case. Man. It does 1080p. Is it just Zelda that only pushes 900? Yes, that is correct, sir. Everything else does 1080p for the most part, unless they note it. But yeah, I was anti-bruh until Frank Ocean sang it in Nights. Because of the reboot, that was bad. I don't know, Venom. So I mean, I've not played the remake. Well, not the remake, but the reboot. But I saw Seek play it a while back. I feel like it was like one of the first games he streamed. And it wasn't that... It didn't look that bad. I thought the concept was pretty cool. I know one of the big things that everyone got real quiet about it was like the whole hair situation. But then they did like a nod back in the game, and he had his hair like when a bunch of stuff was flying. And it's the same character model face. But I thought the story was alright. I mean, those games, like... I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's like mindless action with some story. You need those games every once in a blue moon. They could put Undertale on the Switch. That would be cool, because I've actually not played Undertale. But that song, Megalovania, whatever the heck, is like the most insane song. I love that song, and I wish I played that game. Oh, I see that now. Just not all of the games will do 1080. Yes, sir. Most of the games are Neo Geo games on the Switch that haven't been seen in decades. Sir Chuck, you just won Line of the Night right now. Oh, man, yo, but shout out to Neo Geo. Keeping these releases strong, repeatedly over and over, because we don't have these games on PS3, we don't have these games on PS4, we don't have these games on 360 or Xbox One. It's not like you release them every generation, right? Oh, wait, you do. Thank you, Neo Geo. Damn, what? That's bad. That's bad if that is true, Venom. Do you think the Wii port, they will port the 3DS games onto Switch as HD versions of the 3DS games? That's a good question. I don't think so. Nintendo seems very strong about keeping the 3DS, 2DS family and the Switch separate. They've made it pretty clear that they're going to be running through 2018 now, I believe is the last I heard, which is crazy because I would have thought, hey, this is it. It does make sense from a 2DS XL standpoint, which that's coming out this year. It's coming out this month. And it's, you know, that coming out, that's got at least another year, a year and a half of life left in it. I thought once they started announcing all these Kirby games in a few directs ago, they would have just that was the sign that was it. That was the where's Star Fox? I thought that was it for them, but apparently not. They're supporting. I mean, they hit us with the Metroid, which I'm hyped about. I am hyped as F for that. I'm ready. And by the way, we will pick up Metroid Prime 2. I got back to where I was. got the GameCube emulator. I have my actual GameCube coming in from, I bought one used from GameStop, and I have the games coming in too, so that way, you know, like, I officially have it. Man, I haven't owned a GameCube in forever, so it's finally good to have it in my hands again. Oh, man. And I'll actually be able to stream from it because I picked up this little doodad from AverMedia, which I gotta mess around and test out with at some point. What was I trying to get at? I don't even know anymore. My brain is dead. Neo Geo, neither hero nor villain for that. But yeah, 3DS and the ports to Switch. But yeah, I don't think we'll get a virtual console for 3DS. I think they're very much pro keeping that separate from the Switch at the end of the day. They paint the new Dante such a unlikable D-bag. That's why people didn't like the new DMC, but he was always a jerk. That's the thing. That's nothing new. He was a jerk in the last 4 games. That's nothing new. Oh man. Oh gosh, man. Speaking of AverMedia, this capture card is being very, very fussy with me. So here's the other one. Square Enix announced this game, which we'll get the translation for shortly, but hello, there we go. Alright, I'm just gonna let this play through. Go into Trailer City right now.
君が迷い戸惑っていても僕の翼が君を導くからマスター僕は自分自身を信用できない
If you didn't know, it was in
僕は
Japanese.
僕の意志ではない何者かの意志で動かされているだけなのかもしれない僕の運命は何者かによって定められているような気がしてならないでもマスター君はずっと
Characters look very bravely default-like in terms of the art style.
君をどこまでも運ぶよ
like.
そうさ僕は大空を羽ばたく大輪の翼ワイバーンだからね僕はワイバーンワイバーンは僕アンティークカルネバーレ
Antique Carnival. Next announcement is the 18th of July? Okay. Alright, so here we go. I'm on Gamatsu right now, and this is more or less the translation for it. We won't read it all, but have you thought about the differences between things and living things, or the differences between dolls and people? If you ask people, will easily answer such. Dolls are not able to move on their own, right? However, this is an invitation to the labyrinth. Is a person unable to move by their own will, not a doll? Is a doll able to move by its own will, not a person? The explorers who wander around in search of an exit will find themselves deeply lost, and then one boy visits that labyrinth by himself. He will listen. The cries left behind the people that have decayed in the labyrinth, he will understand. The desires of the dolls captured in the labyrinth. To that young man who stands in space between peoples and dolls, I pray. May the blessings of the people of origin be with him. Okay, so this seems like it's gonna hark back to old school Square Enix, which I love. Square Enix is sort of like, hey, we know what we've done with Final Fantasy, but we're gonna keep it that way. But we're gonna give you this stuff that used to be like Final Fantasy and the turn-based and the old school methods, the top-down, the everything that you like about Final Fantasy is going to be in these other games. Which, okay, fine. I mean, even the art style screams Final Fantasy VI artwork right there. Like, I'm all about it. I want to know more. Square Enix. Man, but they're also supposed to give us Project Octopath on the Switch as well, so there's our exclusive right there for those Switch owners out there. But why do you refuse to keep going? Capture card. But yeah, there's Antique Carnival. Another thing that got a Japan Expo trailer is Fire Emblem Warriors. We got an Awakening trailer. So we're gonna check that out right now. Let's full screen this bad boy. Squeenix!
Come on, Crom. I mean, we've got to do something.
What do you propose?
Huh? How should I know?
They came upon a prince and princess.
I don't recognize your clothes. From where do the two of you hail?
Twins who hailed from an unknown land.
Your body. It's all aglow with a blue light, Crom.
Is his body ready?
Heroes from other worlds? No offense, you guys, but I don't really think we fit the bill.
Right. I agree with Lissa. We're not the hero type.
It's gotta be! The Shield of Flames lit right up!
We'll give you the beating of a lifetime!
No matter my enemy's strength, I will protect my allies to my dying breath.
I couldn't have done it alone.
Oh, yeah, Robin.
Now let's cut a path to a new future with our own hands.
Let's go. Your power.
Did it froze on the capture card? Are you kidding me right now? Real nice. Let's just scroll back a little bit.
Your power is nothing compared to the bonds we've forged.
Alright, Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm psyched for that game. That is another just mindless action that's going to have somewhat of a story, I'd imagine. It's Bandai Namco, Tecmo Koei, kind of working with Intelligent Systems on this, so this will be an interesting mix. I played it at Nintendo NY during E3 week, and I love it. I love it. The animations are awesome. Just mindlessly beating up people. It's more Dynasty Warriors. If you haven't played Hyrule Legends or any Dynasty Warrior games, it is that. You are a mindless game, and I am your equal. No, L1. I will become one. Squeenix with their overly expository dialogue. I know, right? Oh my goodness. By the way, I got on the Extra Life team. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, Zomber. Deadeye, why are you flipping tables? Stop flipping tables. It's not good for your back. Alright, there we go. So yeah, things to take note of. For some reason, the two twins that are the main protagonists of this story in particular end up in the Land of Awakening. They got the Shield of Flames, and you got Ulyss, you got Robin, you got Lucina, you got Crumb. They've already went on to say, Tecmo Koei, that they're going to be more than just like the 14, 15 character team that you will have. You're going to have some ridiculously absurd party. We know Ryoma and Xander are in the game. Corrin is in the game. All the Fates and a lot of Fates and Awakening characters. I wouldn't be surprised if they held out on showing any Echoes characters as well. Again, they haven't really told us what the story is of this game and how these characters are showing up all in the same world, or if these two twins are traveling worlds to kind of, you know, recruit members or something for whatever evil person is going after them. It's usually some sort of war. So, the premise sort of is looking a little bit like Fire Emblem Heroes for some reason, not gonna lie. It's two twins traveling worlds, defeating parties, not necessarily bound to a contract after you defeat them, but I'm gonna say the premises are sort of similar, and the character models kind of look alike. That's all I'll say about that. Let's move on. And again with my laptop. Well, it's not the laptop, but the capture card. Hey, Ramita, you've been so good lately. Are you due for an update? Tell me it's just an update. Here we go. Is that everything as far as... Yep, that is everything as far as that stuff. But, jumping into Mario Odyssey, I want to thank L1 for sending me this tweet yesterday, actually. about the game over screen for Mario. I thought it was I didn't make anything of it, and then everyone started talking about it, and I'm like, really? It's I guess it's that important that I need to talk about it. But there's no game over screen apparently in Mario Odyssey, which that's a change from the Mario model. I mean, there's been life systems in every single iteration of Super Mario there has ever been. And for them to go away from it, yes, it is very different. I told you guys about the coin system in my E3 review of what I saw there, what I got to play, which was this game. I did get to spend about 20 minutes with this game, 10 minutes at E3 and 10 minutes sorry, no, I didn't spend 10 minutes at Nintendo NY, but I did get to see the missus play New Donk City, and I played the Desert Kingdom stage, and I saw more people at Nintendo NY play it. I'm in love with the game. Like, I was already sold. I'm more sold on the game than I have ever been. You got your 3 hearts, and then as you die, you lose 10 coins per every death that you get. And when you get to 0, apparently you don't get a game over screen, so I don't know what the penalty is, which is really weird. And why you freeze? Why you freeze on me? I was trying to click you. But let's see what this translation says. Decreases 10 coins, excuse me. And again, this is translated, so the wording might be a little bit, excuse me, off. Wow, sorry, I'm not drinking ginger ale in the middle of a podcast again. Decreases 10 coins, have Mario's strength become 0 and fall into the abyss. However, no matter how much I missed the game over. So apparently he falls into an abyss. I don't know what the hell any of that means, but no game over. Jamali, welcome to the stream, and thank you for them bits. Oh man, damn them. 12 bits, right? That's 12. I think I counted that right. Drop the ginger ale and drink the oh no. L1, no. But yeah, that is very interesting. I think a lot of people who have not been able to play the game, when they get their hands on it, are going to be very surprised that it's going to coins. Semi-sonic feature, I guess you can say, in terms of you collect the more coins you collect, the longer the life you have. But this also goes into the risk and reward for holding onto your coins, because your coins are your currency for each world. Each world has different coins, I believe, if I remember correctly. Each world had different coins, and then you use those coins to purchase things at the shop. And from there, you actually no, I think it's all the same coin system, but you go to the shop, you spend coins on like the suits, the collectibles. Sometimes there's moons, which moons are the new stars in this game. And so let's say you spend 100 coins on that moon and you only have 15 coins left afterwards. It's kind of like, ooh, okay, well, I could really lose all my coins if I die here now. Or should I save all my coins, get through the stage, collect more, and then go back after I've gotten all my moons? So there's a little bit of risk and reward to that factor. Again, not really sure what this whole abyss thing means. Like, does Mario have to make his way out of somewhere to get back to the Desert Kingdom, or whatever kingdom he ends up being? It's multiple kingdoms in this game, from what was explained. So Mario's outside the Mushroom Kingdom, and he's going to like New Donk City, which is their Metro Kingdom. There was another sand area. There's going to be multiple areas, and yes, you can control the T-Rex, which is awesome. You lose your coins, then you lose your mariachi hat. Damn! Savage, L1. CB, welcome to the stream. Okay, Cutting, thank you for the 5 biddies. 5 biddies. Oh my goodness. Am I losing my voice? No, we never lose our voice. Never. Okay, now before we go to the eShop drop, exactly how this is titled, again, this is another article from Nintendo Life. Weirdness. Mobile app Final Clash confuses all with Zelda Breath of the Wild footage in the trailer. Now, there's a game called Final Clash. It's on the App Store. And on Facebook, they did an interesting ad that looks like the game is really, really good. Problem. The footage they used was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Which I cannot make this up. They literally just took... This is the Final Clash trailer right now. This is straight up TV commercial footage of Legend of Zelda in this ad that was shown on Facebook. What the... Dude. Why? And this isn't the first time this has happened either. There are so many ads on Facebook that promote Pokemon games as like the header, Pokemon Battle, and the name of the game is not Pokemon. It's like some other third-party game. This is not the first time, but with a huge game like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, that's just like, dude. And the fact that it takes this long for Facebook to figure, like, Facebook's copywriting system does not work the way Twitch works, does not work the way YouTube works. If that was on YouTube, forget it. That would have been shut down immediately. The fact that I'm still able to view this video right here, I don't know if this is ripped onto Nintendo Life's embedded thing or whatever, but this is too far. I'm sorry, this is too far. Oh, man. But yeah, let's just read this real quick. The strangest things go viral on the internet, and as case in point, we were rather amused to see a trailer from the mobile app Final Clash developed by Pop Pace get a lot of heat recently on Facebook. Originally posted on 22nd of June, but having been spotted and shared a lot in the last 24 hours. This was, I think, yesterday. Could be wrong. Yep, yesterday, 2:10. It simply rips a TV ad for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and puts its own logo at the end. Thousands of players are fighting in the same field. The entrance gate has opened for you. Click to transport the world battlefield right now. Now, this is the actual gameplay of this game, which I don't even know if I should even be promoting this right now, but it's like, it looks like every other mobile RPG game that's on there. That's all I'm going to get into. That was just weird. Like, weird, and it's real crappy that you can't promote your own, like, you don't believe in your game enough to, sorry, Joe's gonna go on a rant, and I don't know why I have these headphones, but you don't believe in your own product if you have to show someone else's product as advertisement for your own game. Misconstruing, like, deceiving people to that this is the game that you're going to play, because granted, yes, not everybody knows video games, not everyone knows Zelda, not everyone knows Link. They might know the names, that's about it. So they see that, they go on their phone, oh, that looks like a really cool game, they go on and it's like, they get the downloads. My guess is that they did that to get the numbers high on their apps and then show it to someone to get like some sort of promotion or marketing or money to make the next game or something, which that irks me. It is weird, and it really, really irks me that there's ads like this all the time on Instagram, on Facebook. There's so many Dragon Ball Z ads that I get that are not Dragon Ball Z, and it really annoys me. Like, there used to be, at one point for like a straight month earlier this year, I would keep seeing these Dragon Ball Z ads that were for like a video game. I'm like, that's not Dragon Ball Z at all. Like, that's not even Funimation. That is not Toei Animation, the Japanese publishers for that, for Dragon Ball Z. Like, you gotta be kidding me that people are able to get away with this. It's absurd. I wonder if it was a disgruntled editor that put that together and get someone in trouble. No, I don't know. And if they did, for shame, that dude's getting fired. But I'm leaning towards this was done on purpose. That is my assumption, that this was done on purpose. It's lame. Lamentation. Joe, this was a cash grab from someone who knew damned well that they were gonna get taken down very soon. Thank you, Cunning. Oh my gosh. It's a mobile game. Where do I download it? No, Deadeye. Sabaku Fox. CB, what's going on? Sabaku Fox, what's going on? Oh, man. Welcome, dudes. Sorry you had to catch me in the middle of that rant there. You lose your... Draco, what's going on? Oh, man. Jomily, how you doing? If you're still up in here. Oh, man. Thank you guys for the bits, by the way. I think that's a no matter how you die, you don't die. It's so weird. Yeah. But I'm fine without the game over screen. There's so many games nowadays that don't give it to you. Granted, Zelda still gives it to you, but they leave you like really close to a respawn point, and the load times aren't so egregious. But I wonder if that's why they did it, just to get rid of the notion that, hey, I have to click one more thing, it'll just bounce you back into whatever area, but at the beginning of the stage maybe, or something. I don't know. Hey, fam. All right, so that's it for the pipeline. Let's get out of the pipeline, and I'll have the sound effect for us next week to make sure I got that going. But we're gonna go into the eShop drop. What I'm naming, what's in the shop, eShop Spotlight, so on. eShop drop is what I'm naming it for now on. That is what has come out this week on the Nintendo eShop digitally and for retail. So we're gonna go through everything. First thing up, A Day at the Carnival for the Wii U, $12.95. I'm not even gonna go into the description. It's there. Wii U still getting games. Crowler's Game Pack, Nintendo 3DS for $150. Again, bam. Here's one I'll go into. Kirby's Blowout Blast, $6.99 on the Nintendo DS, digital only, and Kirby's Ready for Action in a whole new different dimension. The third dimension. That's right, I put 5 fingers up for the third dimension. That's how many fingers you need for 3D. Have a blast inhaling foes and blowing them away in 3D environments across 25 plus stages. Inhale enough enemies and you can launch one huge blaster bullet capable of wiping out a troop of Waddle Dees. Now's your chance to battle iconic bosses like Kracko Jr., King Dedede in 3D. Obtain bronze, silver, or gold trophy while shooting for a high score. Face down beloved Kirby series bosses like Kracko Jr. I just read that before. Unlocking X stages and mastered them in an even tougher challenge. And they are compatible with these amiibos, King Dedede's, both the regular one, the Smash one, and the Kirby Planet Robobot one, and then also Kirby Planet Robobot Kirby and Smash Kirby will all work with this game. You get different trophy things, I believe. They give you extra stuff in there, and if you have a Kirby Planet Robobot save file, that'll transfer over and you'll get new songs as well, like remix songs, I believe, of different previous Kirby games. This is sort of like, this was pretty cool. This was pretty neat. I'm like tempted to pick it up, but it is more or less just like a very, it's very Kirby, first off, but it's more like a lot of time attack stuff, it seems like, for the most part, from what I saw, which is fine. That's cool. They've warranted the price of $7. I mean, I might try it, and if I am enjoying it, I might do a Nintendo Spotlight on it. This one's on hold for me. This one's on hold, but it is out there for you Kirby fans. Moving on, Revenant Saga on the Wii U, $9.99. I've known nothing of this game, but become a Revenant and find the truth beyond revenge in this gothic fantasy RPG with stunning 3D battles. After being turned into an immortal being known as a Revenant and learning the existence of a demon within him, Albert sets on a journey to make the person who did this to him pay with their very life. However, as he runs into others along the way, dealing with their own figurative demons, what is the answer he finds? It sounds like a Square Enix game. Publisher Chemco EXE Create Inc. I feel like I know that name. What else have they done? I'm gonna have to look them up later. But nice little RPG. Look, seems like it'll be JRPG-ish a little bit. Looks like it was made in RPG Maker almost, minus the 3D elements there. Which, hey, nothing wrong with RPG Maker games. I've seen some creative ones. Moving on, Sheppy, $4.99 on a Nintendo Switch. Stack 'em High, Nintendo 3DS, $3.99. Table Tennis Infinity, $149 for the Nintendo 3DS, where you play table tennis infinitely. And this game. Oh, there's one more, by the way. we're gonna play this on Nintendo Spotlight. L1, this is all for you. I was like, I picked this up on the Japan eShop last week. I tried it out. I played it for about an hour. I gave it an hour. An hour is a whole lot more than what I gave this. It is what am I saying? It's a time attack Resident Evil with characters that look like Hunk, and the character models look like they were ripped from the N64 version of Resident Evil 2 and put into this game for 1080p, 60 frames a second. Your friend's been infected. You have 30 minutes to travel around the house / mansion / museum, whatever it be, and try to find the vaccine for your friend within those 30 minutes. The controls are a little janky. The characters like do a lot of like ragdolling on the arms with the reload animations. The game's really wonky, but for those of you who want some nostalgic Resident Evil like gameplay, yes, you can buy this. I wouldn't recommend it. I can't recommend this to anybody. I'm sorry. But we'll play it for a little bit on Nintendo Spotlight. You guys make your own decisions. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on it. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm going to move on because I'm going to get really upset. Oh, yeah. All right. So Implosion was the other one. This is from Rayark, actually. And Rayark, I know more so from their rhythm game Sidus. I played that a lot on the iPad. But I know they do other games. It's just, this is really interesting that I'm getting a Rayark action game. They also did Rayark, oh my gosh, what's the other? Voez. Voez is the other rhythm game. That's on the Switch also. Also a free game on the iPad, so if you want to play it, I would say get it on your phone or iPad for free, rather than paying the $25 for that game. Anyway, I digress. Implosion, $11.99 on a Nintendo Switch. This game, I played a little bit of it. It seems pretty awesome. It is a hack and slash game, so if that is up your alley, this is the one for you to pick up this week. I recommend this one, and we're going to also play this on Nintendo Spotlight later on today. It's got a little bit of a story. I will say the beginning is really long and really wordy. It's like a good solid 5 minutes before you get into the actual gameplay of the game. So if you want to skip it and just play the game for the mechanics, the gameplay, then by all means, I will not blame you for that. It says chapter 1, so I'm not sure if there's going to be more chapters in terms of like DLC down the road, or if that's just the way they're naming the story. Rayark has a lot of like games where they will add a chunk of content later on, and usually for free. Very rarely have I seen them like charge anything, or like they'll have, like with Sidus in particular, they started off with a batch of songs, and then once they had a certain amount of songs played within the community, then they released the next batch of like 50 songs or whatever to the community, and then everyone would get it in an update, and they'd keep going and going and going, and now there's like hundreds of songs in there, much like Voez. And sorry, I hit the mic, but that would be interesting if they do a similar concept here, which I don't know. I haven't dug in deeper to it, but I'm excited to pick this up, and it's probably something that'll take a few hours to beat. It's a hack and slash. You could probably beat it in a sitting on a weekend or something like that. And that is everything on your eShop drop, guys. Now, before we end the show with our Fizame moment of the day, I want to jump back into chat one last time with you guys before we sign off on the Afterwork show. Been going for about an hour now at this point, so like I said, the show might last an hour, which is whew, go me, right? I did it. Oh man, everyone's saying hi to Jom Jom. I mean, I'm a sucker for Kirby, to be honest. Yo, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Kirby's the homie. True story. You will suffer. No, L1, I don't want to suffer. I do not want to suffer. Nice enough time to get up and get a drink. True story. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, my dog. No. That dog is adorable. All right. Before we get into this, I didn't announce the July giveaway that we'll be doing for the end of this month. I started this last month for the first time, and our first winner was Deadeye Shots, and Deadeye, holy crap. Hit me up. I gotta mail that thing to you tomorrow. This week was crazy. Text me with a reminder. I will mail that out to you. The Fire Emblem Echoes. Wow, I am an idiot. How the hell did I forget that? Hit me up with a text. I gotta mail that thing to you, like, tomorrow. I'm going to work, so there's a FedEx nearby. I will ship it out. I will send that to you. I am so sorry. But this month, we are going to be giving away Splatoon 2, a digital copy of that. So when the game comes out at the end of the month, we will be doing our July giveaway. Now, here's how it's going to work. Since I wasn't expecting to get a sub button, I figured I'd do something cool for subs. And your perk is that you do not have to be in the chat or the stream the day we do the giveaway. You will be automatically enrolled in. That is your perk for being a sub. Everyone else will have to be in the chat if you are a follower. Those are sort of the rules. If you follow me and you're in the chat that day of the giveaway, then you are enrolled in the giveaway as well. And we'll do it at the end of the Afterwork show on what's the last Friday of July? What is the last Friday of July? The 28th. So the 28th we'll do the giveaway for Splatoon 2. Again, it'll be a digital code. It's just much easier and less of a headache in terms of shipping costs and all that stuff to just whisper you the code at the end of the day. So there we go. And before we get out of here for now, don't worry, the stream will not stop. We have Nintendo Spotlights coming up, and we end every episode of the Afterwork show with a Reggie Fils-Aimé moment of the day, where we scour the internet for amazing lines and moments from Reggie Fils-Aimé, president of Nintendo America. Reggie, you are a character. We love you guys. This has been the Afterwork show. Every week, we bring to you Nintendo news for the week in a week in review format. You can find me here on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. You can find the breakout videos not just here on Twitch, but over on youtube.com/JoAfterWork. You can follow me at Twitter, JoAfterWork. Everything is up there. I'm so used to it being there. But you type my name, you'll find me. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all there. And I will see you guys next time. So if you're leaving for the night, thank you for jumping in. If you're watching this in a breakout video, I'd like to hear your thoughts on any of these topics, and we can have a conversation right in there. And I will see you all next time. So with that, take care, love y'all, and here is your Fils-Aimé moment of the day.
One last thing. Backstage, I was told by your marketing team that you are the perfect person to help me demonstrate this last feature. Place the camera in front of your face and... Oh, I think you've been zombified. Looking good, Reggie. Looking very good.
Ah, I like French food.
But before things get out of hand, let me leave you with this last video highlighting Ubisoft's lineup for the Wii U.
I'm hungry now.
You scare me, Reggie.
Oh, I'm coming to eat you.
I'm scared me.
There you go, guys. I will see you in a few minutes for Nintendo Spotlight. Don't go anywhere.